I'm often surprised at how many people I see running purely indoors on the treadmills and hardly ever venturing outdoors onto the roads. And you might be thinking that road running is purely for marathon runners or maybe people that race long distance on the road, but actually there are benefits that we can all have by just getting outside and giving it a go. Safety first. Now, you're pretty much always going to be sharing the road with other road users, so it's really important to make sure you're seen. Even in the daylight, try and wear something that's bright, that just catches the eyes of the drivers and the other road users. And if you are running at night, it's probably a good idea to invest in a little head torch or maybe something that's got a flashing light behind you or on your arm, just so you catch their eye and they'll make sure they go around you. And that brings me on to the rules of the road. Now, pretty much in most countries, the idea is to run towards the traffic. So if you are somewhere where they drive on the right, you probably want to run on the left-hand side. And then if the worst comes to worst and you see a car coming towards you, you can just step off into the verge to move out the way. It depends where you live, but sometimes you're not actually allowed to run on the road. But usually you'll find that there'll be a nice verge or a pavement that's just as good an alternative. If you're a little bit worried about going outside on your own, then why don't you think about taking your phone with you as an emergency backup, or if you don't want to carry that, just write an emergency number down and pop that in your pocket. If one of the things that's putting you off going outside and leaving the comforts of the gym is not having loos nearby or maybe not having an energy bar in your bag, then just plan around that. If you plan a route that goes near your public bathrooms, that'll solve that one. And maybe just put a bit of cash in your pocket, and if you do suddenly get hungry or need a bit of sugar, run via your local convenience store. If you are used to doing most of your running indoors on a treadmill, then the shoes you use for that will be absolutely fine for running on the road. You want something that's got a decent amount of cushioning because it is obviously hard. And socks are something to consider. I find if I'm doing long runs on the road that my feet will start to get a bit of a burning feeling, so it's a good idea to invest in a good pair of socks. One of the advantages of running on the road are the routes are endless, and if you have a car you can just jump in it and then pull in at a spot that takes your fancy. And if you're worried about what to do with your keys, then why not just tie them onto your shoe or maybe just tuck them in your sports bra. Another advantage of running on the road, you can actually have someone join you for pacing, whether that's in a car or on a bike, and then they can pass you any fluids or any gels you might need along the way. If you're a trail runner who's maybe getting a little bit bored of having poor conditions underfoot or the bad weather, then why don't you try a little bit of road running? The roads will usually be cleared by most councils, and if you're running in between buildings or hedges, you'll have a bit of added shelter. Obviously, it does depend a little bit on where you live, but usually you can jump in your car or hop on public transport and you'll soon be able to find some roads suitable for your training. And the best part is it's free. You don't need to spend money on a gym membership. Well, we would love to know what road running is like where you live, or any tips you might have, so please let us know in the comments section below. And if you've enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up, like, and to subscribe, just click on the globe. And if you want ideas for a running warm-up, why not watch this video, and for a brick session, click down here.